All right, here we go. Forgive me for how I look. I haven't been taking the best care of myself. But I wanted to just say everything plainly again. Like I just want to say everything as just want to make sure I say everything before I lose the opportunity to, if that's possible, which I'm sure it is. I'm in a situation where I cannot get a job, no matter how, like, the jobs that I've gotten, it doesn't matter how good I work at them, I will get terminated from it. First, they will harass me. I will start making reports on the harassment, and then I still end up getting terminated. So that's where I'm at. So when it comes to jobs, I cannot get a job. And then my situation at home with my family. My family, just because they disagree with magic mushrooms being healthy, that's my standpoint on what magic mushrooms are, just healthy. You know, it's they look at it as if it's a drug, and I look at it for what it is, a mushroom. And forgive me for saying it plainly like that, but at a certain point, we have to look at things literally. Like, you know, just because we've learned this in the past, if new information comes to light and brings up the fact that what you've learned in the past is false, you kind of gotta humble yourself. I know you've learned this. I know you learned this a long time ago, but look at this information now. That's outdated. Maybe whoever said that was came up with that conclusion truthfully, like for whatever reason they deemed that as a drug, and um and then they passed that information down to us, right? And so people believed it. So okay, that's cool. But once someone starts talking common sense, like bringing up the fact that okay, literally, all right. So going back on my parents, right? All right. So they rather go to the big pharmaceutical pills, and they don't even consider that. I'm sure they consider it drugs, but magic mushrooms are drugs to them. And they rather go with the pharmaceutical pills, which doesn't make any sense. They rather me go with the pharmaceutical pills too, and that's a big no for me, because when it comes to reasoning, they're unable to reason, and that sucks. Because yeah, like if I'm trying to reason with them, which I have done many times, I still tend to do sometimes, like they're automatically blocked. Like they block themselves from breaking through. Like okay, my son is making more sense than me. There's really no other way to look at it. So as hard as it is, I gotta accept that he is correct. Let's see what his lifestyle does for me, because it seems to be doing good for him. He might not get a job. See, this is why I can't get a job. Because yeah, make the person who believes it, or make the person who's making sense look like the crazy one. That's what they're trying to do. There's no other way to look at it from my perspective, from everything that's happened to me. They want me poor, but they can't. They rather not speak to me at all. They rather keep me silenced, because when it comes to speaking to me, I reason with anybody. I make more sense than anybody who wants to disagree with me. Like, okay, it's okay to disagree, but let's figure out why we disagree. Like, let's get to the point. Like, why do we disagree? Like, it's okay to disagree, but let's understand each other, you know? Let's make sure that we disagree for a real reason. Like, because if you're just disagreeing to disagree, what good is that gonna do anybody? You know, like okay, you're gonna just be stubborn about it. Like I believe, like I've said everything I can logically, and then now you're just stubborn, and so I can't really do anything for you. So there, at a certain point, you did your part for reasoning with them, and Yeah, so I said all that to I said all that, right? Yeah, so that's my situation at home. Like, so yeah, I cannot get a job. They rather keep me silenced and moneyless. Cause what if a guy like me were to make shrooms look good? Cause I'm pretty good on shrooms, right? So what if I do become popular and earn a name for myself? Then and I'm speaking about this stuff. This is what it's so damaging. Magic mushrooms, like, okay, if my family here at home are so, like, I don't know, it just feels like the world is very artificial. It's like they rather stay with the artificial just because we've grown up on it. At this point, we've grown up consuming artificial foods, using artificial dyes, utilizing artificial intelligence. And I guess artificial things have its purpose, and it does. Like, we can use technology, artificial intelligence, to research things, you know, but we use it to play games, to waste time. I do some of these things myself. So yeah, let me pause this real quick. All right, so it just feels like there is a negative spirit that is protecting the artificial world and demonizing the natural intelligent world. What the hell? Yeah, we're demonizing the natural intelligence, like plants, the fungus, the magic mushrooms, the ayahuasca. What else? Just, oh, marijuana, that's a big one. Like, okay, the and they make some of the natural things artificial. They spray with pesticides. I'm talking about fruits and vegetables too. Fruits and vegetables down to marijuana and magic mushrooms. Yeah, all right, just let it grow by itself. Instead, they want to, I get it, convenience, but convenience is going to continue killing us and poisoning us. Like, we're spraying it with pesticides and genetically modifying it to grow faster. And as soon as that enters our body, it's damaging us. Like, yeah, you're putting chemicals on it, causing side effects. Yeah, so I don't blame anyone who, all right, I don't blame anyone who's heard magic mushrooms is like a drug. I don't blame them for looking at me like, okay, you're a little drug addict for eating them or believing in them, yeah? I don't blame anyone, but all right, if I'm eating magic mushrooms and I'm still talking sense, at a certain point, something in you should say, wait a minute. Nah, I know what drugs does. I don't think that's a drug. I don't think that's a drug. I've seen people on drugs on the street, hallucinating, talking to themselves, all this and that. I don't think this is that. This is looking more like just a straight fungus. It tastes nasty. I'm sure by the face he makes when he's eating it. You know what I'm saying? See, look, I'm able to reason with anybody on magic mushrooms. That should tell you something. Like, oh, and it's not addictive. It tastes nasty, as I just said. It tastes nasty. It can induce anxiety, and my explanation to why it can induce anxiety is because as soon as you eat it, right, you consume it, it goes into your body, and it starts fighting with anything that just the mushroom does not agree with in here, you know? Like, as soon as it's in your body, it just does not like it. What is that? What are those chips doing here? Do you know what you just ate? All those food dyes? Nah, let me get rid of this. So yeah, you will experience anxiety. It's literally cleaning it up. It's cleaning it up. And so yeah. Also, yeah, people are, when it comes to drugs, right? People, my mom and other people would say that, yeah, anything that can alter your brain, your mind processing, your brain process, you know, anything that can alter it is a drug. That's what my mom says, or explains what a drug is. That's how she explains it. And to that logic, that means everything you consume, that literally involves everything, so everything can fall under her category of a drug. Because yeah, you put shampoo, that soaks into your scalp, everything like it. Oh, so a perfect example, you eat a lot, right? And look at how you look after. Like if you eat a lot, you're gonna get bigger. So you really think something that alters your body is not altering your mind? So I say all that to say this, yeah, everything you eat alters how you think, alters your mind, body, and soul. So everything can fall under a category, under what my mom considers as a drug. You understand what I'm saying? Even if I'm not perfectly explaining it, you understand? So yeah, what else? Yeah, so my definition of what a drug is chemicals. Anything that involves chemicals is a drug now. Because yeah, you can turn something so beautiful like a magic mushroom or fruit or vegetable or marijuana plant. You can turn something as natural as that into a drug by spraying it with pesticides to alter it to grow faster, to genetically modify it to last longer. You know, like just all this and that. It's, you see? So yeah, we cannot judge people who eat magic mushrooms forever, which is what the world is doing to me, because I think I'm waking people up fast. So they rather keep me silent. Because yeah, what if? All right, so look, it seems like the world. So I look around, right? Big pharma, they sell drugs openly and legally, and it's damaging you. It tells you all the side effects on it, and they tell you themselves, this will cause that. Take this pill, and if you come back with these symptoms that this pill will cause, then I'll give you another pill to combat those things again. And then the next thing you know, you're on 50 different medications, just like K Reno said in one of his songs. So yeah, they just like, all right, so look, so go to the nature, go to the nature, go to nature. Nature does not have side effects. If something that has, all right, if you feel any side effects that come from the nature that I'm telling you to go to, so magic mushrooms, marijuana, fruits and vegetables, if I tell you to go to that and then you experience symptoms, right? That's because everything that you've been poisoned with, trust me on that. Because yeah, it's not always going to feel bad. Like yeah, you can eat soursop, which is known to kill cancer cells. That is delicious. You know, not everything natural, honestly, not a lot of things natural tastes nasty. It's not meant to taste nasty. It tastes good. Your taste buds are just so messed up that they rather go to the addictive chemicals in the chips and all these different foods. So yeah, we just gotta go back to nature. Go back to nature, and then you'll experience less side effects of the world we live in, because this world is messed up. It literally rather keep people like me silent, because it will affect their money if I wasn't silent. Eventually it will affect their money, because this will reach the brain and the intelligence of the people, no matter what is done to me. Like it's been said, it's been done. I'm not the only one doing it. But just because I wasn't in the certain position that I was in, Global Canine Protection Group, they had to wipe me out. They had to get me out of there. They had to get me out of there. Because yeah, again, what if I did earn a name for myself and I kept speaking like this about nature, knowing well that this world does not want you healthy. It does not. Look at everything around us. Look at the nearest convenience store. Look at everything inside. Chemicals, 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 chemicals. Oh my goodness. Okay, now look at the nearest restaurant. Jesus Christ, what's in this? Just dead flesh, Coke, just chemicals, chemicals, chemicals again. And see, and then we have to go to certain places. It's very hard for you to find magic mushrooms. And then marijuana. They make it so they demonize it. Your parents will get on you for consuming or utilizing in any way plants, because they're too programmed to believe that this is a drug. And I get it. Caution, that's understandable. I'm not one of, look, I'm walking a fine line, because it's too late to turn back for me now, but walk a fine line between self-preservation and not being afraid to speak up. Because yeah, if you're not afraid to speak up, be warned. There still are people who will try and take you down. If they can't silence you, if they can't kill you, they'll try and silence you. If they can't silence you, they'll try their best to like make your life hard, and they'll continue trying to convert you into one of them, into a devil yourself. And when I say devil, I'm talking like a person who's sent there to silence you, make you look bad, lie on you, slander your name, or try and get you to sell out. Like, here, come to our side. We can give you anything you want.